There we are, back again, gentlemen. Final words for Toss to Break.
No, I think Reject should be happy about the way they're playing the game, because they have taken a significant improvement. They did well in the end of stage 1. Now they're doing well in the start of stage 2, and I hope for their sake that they keep it up, because they have had some actual... I mean, they've played against good teams. It's not like... They've already played one time against Sandbox, and they barely lost that game, but they showed quite clear victories both against FAV and against Fnatic, and if they keep doing that, I think they can challenge the Korean teams, because the Korean teams have been dominant. They just need to keep on the same track, and they should be fine for this stage.
You're not talking about a Reject that's going to go to Berlin. I don't think we're there yet, but the improvement arc is very impressive. You know, going towards stage 3, even to looking into next year, you're not looking at a team here thinking these are in a relegation dogfight. You feel like they will start flying up the table now.
Yeah, 2 wins in a row, and Reject will be playing Talon next Playday, so that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a real challenge, but I'm very excited to see how that one shapes up. Speaking of shaping up, it's... Welcome back, friends, and I can't really believe it. Fnatic have gotten a win. And not only that, they've beaten Cyclops, which are massive rivals in Japan. And potentially, Cyclops will look back at this game at the end of the stage and think, God damn it, we almost made it to top 2. Because the playoffs format is different. There are no more playoffs. It's only the top 2 that make it out from APAC North to the major in Berlin. And this is kind of hurt Cyclops. This was the day for it, but the focus is on Fnatic and the great stuff they did today.
Yeah, and I really want to do this, Milosh. And because you did it twice, I was like, yeah,
let's freaking go, let's go.
And who could have saw that coming? Like, genuinely, we set the scene as in Fnatic have gone to a poor map that we thought their playstyle wouldn't work against Cyclops. And there's a part of it where Cyclops have had a very cold day, but there's also a part of it where Fnatic have had a very good day individually, but also as a team. And Fnatic standing here next to Fnatic, Fabian standing here might disagree with me, and he'll come on to that. But some of the behaviours that we've previously seen from Fnatic throughout the past 3.5 months, 4 months, of getting themselves into a nice position in a 3v, 5v2, 5v3, 5v1, whatever, and then just letting it go by going one by one and not having that synergy. They had that synergy today. They got plants down on the attack, and they were playing much more together than we've seen them play all stage, and for that I give them full credit.
I'm not going to disagree with any of that. I think you're right. I think they should even have had 3 points.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's up to them playing good as a team. I think that they had 2 things that they did differently today than they normally do. First of all, they didn't over-aggress in their individual stuff. They just didn't go and die all the time, which we usually see Fnatic do. They just sneak up on someone and die. They performed individually. That's not something we usually see either. Those 2 things combined, I think, did a lot for them, as well as CAG's droning system and their entire take. Not a fan.
We'll talk about that just after the interview. We got Yura on the line. And here we are. Seems like things are working in scrims.
Seems like they're working in scrims, and well,
It worked today.
Today it worked as well. It's they played well, and I mean the individual performance, especially Light stepping up and getting as much as they did. And if we look at it, what I mentioned before the game was their cost is 3 players around 50, and now 1 player stepping up to 57, and then 3 other players, well, 64, and 2 of players on 79%. Having that amount of round impact is what is necessary to win the games.
I fully agree. They've improved in this particular game. I think the big question for Fnatic is, can they now sustain this? They've clearly had a game where maybe they're over that little hump now of we can't transfer scrims into officials. They've transferred the scrim into the official, so it's all looking forward to next week and what they can do next week. But I thought that they were outstanding today, and I thought Light was particularly outstanding today. He seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at once, and he was just picking up all of the kills that he should be picking up and more.
A little bit too many.
Too many. 18-8. Yeah. Chase him about.
Yeah, he was somewhere. There was a kill
him.
for him, and then yeah, you needed one 0.8, man. No, but they did okay. But I will have to come back to looking at CAG. Don't worry about it. CAG just they didn't seem to know the basics of the map. We talk about CAG being this sort of team that plays aggressive a lot, but today it wasn't just that they played a lot alone, because I kept seeing them die one guy, and then one guy, and then one guy somewhere else, and they kept that up all the time. But it's just that we're playing border. Where do you put the most basic flank drone that you've ever seen? 90. And I don't see that they even put up a flank drone in 90.
I was going to give a different answer to that.
Oh, East there.
East does, yeah.
But they didn't really put the flank drones, and it's like they get punished by people pushing up in too long. This should never happen.
Yeah.
If that happened in Europe, I would laugh at that team. I can be a little bit. I can be a little bit more forgiving with CAG because I know that their basics aren't as good when it comes to drone system, but that stuff needs to improve.
I think for CAG,